sweating already, Vince. I'm already sweating just thinking about talking about this movie.
Man, where are we going with this?
Maybe it's the Twizzlers I'm eating.
You're still eating Twizzlers, Dave?
No, I'm pretty full of the Twizzlers right now. All right, I'll eat another one. You talked me into it. I get them out of the bag now. Look at this. Now, Twizzlers, Vince, are not packaged very well. They're all stuck to each other. It's like a person.
Okay, so welcome back to Box Office Maniacs.
It's a three-legged person. I am a Twizzler man. I am the man of the Twizzlers.
So welcome back to Box Office Maniacs as we continue our Halloween saga of the Halloween Complete Collection box set.
Halloween.
Say that twice.
Rob Zombie's Halloween.
No, the whole thing. Say it twice.
Rob Zombie's Halloween.
No, the whole statement you just said, Vince. Say the whole thing over again is what I'm saying. I'm saying you can't say that twice.
So you want me to redo this?
No, I said all that stuff you were saying. I said I bet you couldn't say that twice. Is what I said.
I'm not going to.
Oh, I don't have any left. I ate all the Twizzlers. See, now my wife wants the Twizzlers. She came down to get the Twizzlers.
I did.
So here, you take the Twizzlers.
Please take the Twizzlers away from him.
Take them.
No, just take all of them.
I'm gonna.
Here, take those,
Oh.
Becky.
and I'll just leave these.
Becky.
Did you get your sick germs all over?
Becky.
No, just these here.
Becky.
Okay. So those ones are affected. These are okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So just take my Twizzlers. I don't need them anymore.
Becky, take his Twizzler.
I got them.
She took the Twizzlers.
I got them. Take them.
Yeah.
Going.
Please take his Twizzlers.
Twizzlers are gone.
We've wasted 3 minutes on Twizzlers.
I'm trying to make a product placement, but now they're gone, so we're not going to make any money off them.
Why leave the package?
No, just go ahead and take them. I'm busy reviewing here.
3 minutes and 7 seconds.
Halloween is what we're reviewing. Evil Has a Destiny.
It took him 9 movies to realize that, I guess.
I don't want to spend too much time because there's so many extras on this, fans. But let's talk a little bit, anyway, about the movie itself. I actually did enjoy this film.
Okay.
That's all I had, Vince.
That's it?
That was it. That's all I have.
First of all, what they have on this disc is the unrated director's cut of the movie.
You know, the thing with any Rob Zombie film is it's filthy, it's dirty, it's greasy, it's blood-covered, and pretty much every movie of his is like that. So if you go see a Rob Zombie film, and if you're not expecting that, you know, you might as well not go see a Rob Zombie movie because that's what you're going to get.
It's kind of like going to see a Quentin Tarantino film. You kind of have to know what you're getting into before you walk into the theater.
Exactly. And you walk into this movie, and all the people in the film are just dirty, Vince. They have dirty clothes on. Their hair's all greasy. They're filthy. The house is filthy. It's just horrible living conditions all these people in Rob Zombie movies have.
Rob Zombie movies are just brutal. They're violent and brutal and bloody.
And when you're saying they're brutal, I mean they're just unrelenting brutal.
You've got to realize something with this being Halloween is that this is definitely a reimagining of it. It's definitely a retelling of the story. And it's an alternate version of the Halloween story told by Rob Zombie.
And of course, what made Halloween scary, at least the first one, was you didn't know anything about Michael Myers. He was just a shape. He was a guy in a mask killing people. That was it. You didn't know his background. You didn't know hardly anything about him except that he murdered his sister in the beginning, and that's it. And in this one, of course, they tell his whole entire background, and I know a lot of people think that took the fright out of Michael, that he's not as scary anymore because you know everything about him now.
I totally agree with that. I'm not saying that the movie is bad. I'm not saying that I don't like the film. I'm saying that that's one issue that I had with the movie was that because they made him a real person and gave him real emotions and real things that happened to him, it takes away from what was scary about Michael Myers.
You know, I kind of can see that, but at the same time, I didn't really mind the stuff in the beginning of the movie. I thought it dragged a little bit. I thought they could have moved it along a lot than what he did. But, yeah, and, you know, did it take away the scare of who he is? I don't know. I can take it either way.
I was going to say, he is still scary. It's still a scary film, but it's a different kind of scary. It's just the fact that now you know that he's a real person rather than just the shape or just this evil being. It's like it makes it to where it's like any other brutal mass murderer, or serial killer that you would see on the nightly news. It reduces it to that. And yeah, it's scary, it's disturbing, but it's it's more of a reality than it is. It is the horror evil Michael Myers that was originally there.
So let's get into the extras here, Vince, because we have a ton. Let's get right into it. First, we have the commentary by Rob Zombie.
It was a grade school while we were shooting, so we had to shoot while they were in class because every time the bell would ring, the place was flooded with kids. So it was incredibly noisy. And then they found out that Daryl Sabara, who plays Wesley, was the kid from Spy Kids. So he started getting mobbed every time he stepped outside.
It's not bad. It's just him, and he does inform a lot. I mean, he tells you a lot of what's going on throughout the whole film, and because it's just him talking the whole time. So, I mean, what else does he have to do?
Well, I really like Rob Zombie's commentary. I think he does a really good job telling you about the film, about how he makes it. He doesn't really, just sit around and say, oh, hey, look, Michael's going to pick up the knife and stab this guy through the head. I mean, he really tells you how he made the film, and I really appreciate commentary like that. I think it's a really good commentary.
I agree. Like I said, I think it's a good commentary. I mean, I'm just saying that it's just him.
So what do we have next?
We have the deleted scenes, and there are a ton of deleted scenes. Even though you're watching the unrated version of this movie, there's a ton of deleted scenes still.
There is a ton of them. I mean, it kept going on and on and on, and I'm like, oh my God, there's so many scenes that he cut out of the film. But you can also listen to his commentary of why they were cut out of the film. So, I mean, it's pretty interesting. So next up, we have the alternate ending.
Oh, yeah, because she didn't shoot him in the face, did she?
No, the alternate ending is it was horrible. It was like a wimped out version of the ending. It's like Michael's like, hands up, I give up. Don't arrest me. Oh, everything's okay here. Don't look over here. Everything's okay. You can go now. And it's just like terrible ending.
Yeah, and Dr. Loomis is like, I failed you, Michael.
Michael's like, yep, you sure did. Bye. I'll see you later.
We can make this all better.
So it was just horrible. And if they ended like that, it would have ruined the whole film for me. The ending they have on there reminds me sort of like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that the brutality is still going on, and this craziness that you're watching on the screen, and you're sitting there like, oh my God, this is nut, and then it ends, and you're like, wow,
Yeah, I liked the theatrical ending. I liked the unrated version. Its ending, yeah, I wasn't crazy about this ending. So there's basically 3 endings to this film.
But I like the one that's in there, where she's just screaming and covered in blood and just going insane, and then you don't even have time to think and the movie's over. And you're like, what did I just see? I mean, holy cow, what a crazy ending.
So next up is the bloopers from the movie.
This is great stuff. This is really great stuff. And you can just kind of tell how crazy Malcolm McDowell is in this.
You must be fucking joking! Use the front fucking door, the bell's working!
He could be a right nutter. It's not funny. He's schizophrenic. He's a fucking nutter, and I think he's gonna do damage! Fucking damage!
Yeah, he was the most entertaining part of it. I mean, he was hilarious.
I mean, he's really far out there. I mean, he's pretty crazy. In real life, he's pretty crazy.
It was like once he started, he couldn't stop. He just kept...
Yeah, and it was a great blooper reel. Really, really great blooper reel. So next we have the mini faces of Michael Myers and another Twizzler. I still got some, man.
Put down the Twizzlers and back away.
Still got them.
I mean, the mask thing was always incredibly important, of course, because that's really what he is more than anything. It's like the character has no face, his face is that mask. So, you know, my thought was to keep it as classic as possible.
I got a call from Rob saying that he wanted me to don the mask of Michael Myers for him. Of course, when Rob calls you, what are you going to say, no?
Yeah, another great featurette, basically showing you the mask and how they made the mask and how they made all the paper masks and what they went through to mold the mask. And, you know, the whole time I was watching this, Vince, I was thinking to myself, the original Halloween, they just went to a store and grabbed a mask off of the stand and put it on, and like, that's it. And this, they went through so much stuff just to recreate that. It's nuts.
But as we found out in this entire box set, once again they had to recreate the mask and had to change the mask. And
yeah, I mean, it's again a great featurette. Everything you ever wanted to know about how they made the Michael Myers mask is in this.
So next we have Reimagining Halloween, which is basically a featurette of Rob Zombie explaining what it took to recreate this iconic film.
Yeah, and basically he said that he didn't want to remake the original one because what's the point? So, you know, he didn't want to have it really almost nothing to do with the original Halloween whatsoever. He wanted it to be 100% completely different, and I think he pretty much succeeded in that.
Yeah, but it still follows the Halloween story. It just does it in a different way. Like this next one called Meet the Cast, where they actually show each member of the cast and how they got into the film and what brought them there and what got them into the film and why they got picked. And
yeah, I didn't actually get to watch this one, so the other two I did not see on the.
So the next feature is the casting session.
I didn't see that one either.
Okay, the casting sessions were the actual screen tests, basically, of each actor. So next is the Scout Taylor-Compton screen test. Did you see this one, Dave?
And what, pray tell, is that about, Vince?
Once again, it's a screen test.
Well, go figure. Yeah, I mean, she was okay in the film. It could have been her breakout huge role if she did a great job, but I thought, did an okay job in this film. And now, Vince, we get into the craziness that is Halloween Disc 2.
Disc 2, right there. Disc 2.
Crazy. Just absolutely crazy, Vince. In all my years of collecting DVDs, Blu-rays, Laserdiscs, and any other form of media, I have never seen anything like this.
I mean, it's 4.5 hours long. It is just from day one to day whatever it was.
Yeah, I think I made it up to like day 7 or 8 on here.
It's a total documentary of them filming this movie from day one to last day of shooting. And it's just wild. I mean, it's really interesting, but if you're not willing to sit there for 4.5 hours and watch all behind the scenes footage, it'll really turn you off.
I guess if you're in Hollywood, or if you have a very important job like Rob Zombie has in this, you have an army of yes men behind you, and anywhere he goes, they're like, yes, oh yeah, that's great, oh no, that's great, I love the idea, great idea, Rob.
Yeah, it was constantly, oh, yeah, we can get that done. Yeah, we'll get that done.
So overall, Vince, what are you going to give the film of Halloween?
I would give the movie itself a 4 out of 5. Because I did enjoy the film. I liked what he did with it. I liked his retelling of the story.
Well, I give it a 4 out of 5 as well. I enjoyed it a lot. As in remakes go, I don't think it's the best remake out there, but it was a good film. Now, extras, Vince, is the most complete extras I've ever seen, ever. So for extras, for me, this gets a golden machete! Spectacular.
Even though as much as I enjoyed all these extras on here, and they're fantastic, but them being everything that was on the other discs, I can only give this movie, or this disc, a 5 out of 5. You know, I would expect to at least see something new, or at least I wish they would have left the theatrical version on here as well as the unrated version. That's one big disappointment I have in it. We've got one more Halloween film to do, and then we've got the bonus disc to do. You have to tune in so you can see the rest of it, because we're going to finish this thing come hell or high water.
It'll probably be high water. And hell. Probably.
I think 4.5 hours pretty much did it.